Okay, sorry. Part two phone call. So I have a concern about the payment to income ratio and trying to move negative equity over because typically these new vehicles that have the larger, oh, give it back to them and not trade it in. Mhm. Yeah, it'll start to get a little hairy because the payment may end up being over 500. And so, even though you're comfortable in that range, I'd have to see your pay stub to see if it would, allow for us to make that happen. How long have you been paying on the vehicle? How many payments have you made? And you've been paying it on time? Are you on time right now? Okay. So sure. Okay. So don't worry. All I do is work on hard deals. I don't mess around with anything easy. I can help. I can definitely help you. Okay. um, there's two roads that we can go down. We can wait for the dust to settle, let them repossess the vehicle, let it show reported. You'll need $2,500 down payment. Okay, that will be minimum for any type of a loan that's going to be between anywhere above $8,000, let's say. So if we are working with less money down, it's going to be a vehicle 8,000 or less. So 1,500 would be the minimum on a fresh repo. You're never going to get away with 500 bucks down on something like this. So like I learned finance in Chicago on Cicero Avenue. Even though my dad had a small business there in Braidwood, he left the city and came to Braidwood, right? He left me behind. I stayed behind. I did this job at Olympic Auto Mall at a place that did 850 cars a month and spoke 100 different languages for 5 years with a baseball bat underneath my desk. So like I can do these. I know how to do these. You'll have to use our small balance short term no hassle loan. So I can get you one, but you're gonna need at least the 1,500 down. Mhm. Yeah, that's gonna be like the where it starts. Like I can't really update the bank's offers with a piece of inventory until I know you're ready because I work off of real time inventory and they look to book and they'll give me a smack in the head if I call him back and say he needs a couple weeks to get some money down. Yeah. And that's okay. At least you found somebody like myself that works on these because I'll tell you, I'm the only person out of 150 people that work here that'll mess around with a deal like this. So you found me, saved my name and number. I'm giving you the road to travel. Now the other road that you can travel, if it's really like you're gonna need a car and you got 500 bucks, I mean now you're talking the buy here, pay here lots. Which if you have to resort to that, might I add, try to get a Toyota or a Honda, they last the longest and hold the value, right? So even if they're high miles, they're still worth a couple grand, So like just trying to give you the best I have because that's what I do for people. I'm more of a humanitarian type person. So want to make sure that you are not being jib jibed in the door, wasting your time only to get your hopes up, only to be let down. No one's wasting your time. I'm saying you need 1,500 bucks. I'm saying don't come down here. How more plain and simple could that be? You know what I mean? Yeah, so as soon as you're ready, though, if you give me 1 day's notice, having access to all this inventory, there's a vehicle I'll find that I'll make work for you. I have a no hassle. I have a couple no hassle loan banks. I have a plan C. I got a plan A, B, and C for you. But I need you to be ready with the money down. So, because then I'm going to go to work, and when I come through for you, I need you to come down and get the car. So, yeah, 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 yeah. So I definitely going to work hard. Hmm. just like I said, 1 to 2 days. Now, if you're trying to come in on, no, I can do you a lot better than that. I can do you a lot better. I don't know how that went up. Like if the vehicle broke down and they refinance or repair in there, like how the hell did the payment go up? You know what I mean? That's what I'm curious. Like how, and that's their way of remaking it up for you. They rewrote the loan. Yeah, so yeah, but now it's unbearable. Yeah. Hmm, hmm. Okay, I'll even motivate you even further because you have 4 years. Is it 4 years confirmed on the job? Okay. Hmm. Well, I'll even confirm so much that I may even consider looking at a targeted new car for you. What I mean by that, if you come through with the 1,500 bucks, I have a portfolio that I may be able to slip you in. Okay, because I'm looking for people with attributes like stability, right? But I'm also going to set it up so that it makes sense with your payment to income ratio so that you won't struggle and it won't be a hardship, forced upon you every single month, to try to keep your job so you can get back and forth to work so that if it performs well, you do need a checking account for this program because they ask for auto pay and we like to try to set it up that way so that it's all set. You don't have to. Yeah, so that way when we have a customer that it performs well on the portfolio, then we can always continue to get you a new car a year after, every 5 years you can get a new car. So, but if you have a vehicle that has a warranty for 5 years and you don't have to, how many miles do you drive a year, every year? Oh, so you can get away with a 10,000 miles or less. Yeah, you really do fit the program, the profile. So I will definitely work for that for you. And I'll try to do it, make it a little easier if you have 1,000. Okay. You're, yeah, I want to make it happen for you. So right. Yeah. Uh huh. But they're gonna. Is that like a bonus? Is it Christmas? No, just some money compensation. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. So they're giving you $1,000 because you're showing up to work. Yeah, they're probably getting that money from the government, don't you think? Some kind of protection or some kind of who knows. That's kind of cool though that they're yeah. Because are you guys making Ryder is a truck company, isn't it? Oh, okay. Hmm. Got it. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, then you are going to be getting a new vehicle, most likely. There'll be it's the program. I'll just give it you the bumper sticker version of what it is. they're very targeted units. Sometimes, so Bill Walsh, he's a Dynasty dealer. He's been around since horse-drawn buggies on Main Street. Yeah, I'm not kidding, 160 years. So he has his own in-house type deal where it's an in-house lease with the option to buy. So a typical new car loan is 72 payments, but he'll do 60 with the option to refinance the last 12, but in reality he's hoping that you will just release another vehicle, right? Another after 5 years, you just come in and get another. Cars are depreciating assets, so it's not a bad deal. So sometimes you may end up the value is less than what we projected it to be, and it could be in your favor. Yeah, so yeah, but he has. Sure, yeah. I get what you're saying. So, wear and tear wise, we find a vehicle that, will last for you. We have targeted ones that are new. So he wants to meet quotas, get kickbacks from the factory. We have, to keep our franchise license, obviously have certain quotas. Yeah. So he targets like, hey, we need to move. He may come to me. Do you have any suspects? He calls them suspects. I got to target it. He just a prospect. He calls them suspects. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for somebody for. I need to move this vehicle, right? And so I'll have a couple of different ones. Maybe I can show you, but I'm not going to try to set you up over 500 a month. That'll be that on the high side of the payment, and so that's going to net you about. Mhm. Well, it's going to be a new car. If you want to go with this a cheap little dinky little car, you can go with like a little. I can get your payment down to 400 if you're, 425 if you're interested in like a Kia Soul or something in that price point that's under 18 grand, brand new. But if we're talking like a Renegade or like a Jeep Renegade will work possibly for 450 ish. Sometimes I can squeeze out. Depends on what your needs are, but I can basically see they have the Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm not talking about the larger one with the third row. It's a SUV as well. That's usually on the list. Sometimes Volkswagen is. One time a Honda was. I was shocked. You needed to get a Honda gone. So what I'll do is just find out what targeted vehicles he's looking to move. Because it's like a symbiotic relationship. We have to ask you to be, at the same time, we're trying to help out, we're, back and forth looking for both things, back and forth. So it's not like a line of credit where I'm like, oh yes, go shopping. He has his reasons why he would do the loan, right? And it's to move a unit, move a specific usually. So, but I've gotten a lot of Renegades done. Those are really popular. Let's see here. Sometimes he needs, yeah. Oh, forget it. Yeah, no, the trucks aren't really on the list. They're not. Now, are you driving a truck right now? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like, you're funny. Well, at the time, yeah, like he's got a lot of franchises and a lot of units, right? So I know that I have to get him motivated saying, hey, I can move, I need, he has a reason why he'll be willing to put it on the portfolio if I feel confident in the customer. I'm his eyes and ears that way. But at the same time, it's usually on one of those targeted vehicles that he'll do it. So because otherwise, because that's not a whole lot for him to hang his hat on, because there's a recent repo. There's a lot going on there for him to slip this through, you know. If we were to get audited per se, we gotta, you can't be like, um, This is not a typical deal he would put at 9% interest rate. Let's say that. Whereas you're probably paying like 24 right now. So, hmm no, we don't even have a Nissan. Um, yeah, so I mean, I know that I guess I'd have to find out from him when you're ready. Is there any targeted units, and I can text them to you. I'm sure you'll be thrilled. With the Mitsubishi is one of them usually on the list. I can tell you, I've seen that one on there. It's called an Outlander, but that'll be close to the 500 to 550 because they're a little bit more expensive. But we don't even want to go over that price range. And I'm talking the lowest Mitsubishi Outlander we have usually. The best price one, I should say, you know. And I don't keep up on all of the vehicles. I more or less